So for me, Etsy started in a very different direction. Hello, welcome back to More Designs and welcome to an exciting new series I'm doing on this channel all about Etsy. I had been going back and forth about whether or not to make these videos. I keep getting questions about selling planners, about selling digital stickers, and the truth is the majority of my focus has been geared towards YouTube, which means my Etsy shop has kind of been on the back burner. And this year I'm trying to turn that around a little bit, so I wanted to share my journey with you guys so that you can follow along, see what's working, what's not working, what I've tried that hasn't worked, and also what's helped me make over $100 in 1 year where I really am not putting a lot of time or effort into it at all. If this is something that interests you, make sure you subscribe to this channel, turn on those notifications, because I'm going to be coming out with new videos in this series periodically throughout the year, sharing all of these wonderful tips and tricks. So today I want to share with you a little bit about my process, where I've been on Etsy, how I got to where I am today, and I also want to walk you through a step-by-step guide on opening up your shop. The only thing you need today to open up your shop is one product ready to go to list. Etsy won't allow you to open up a shop before you have that one product, but once you've got one product, you're good to go. So first, let me tell you a little bit about my journey. So for me, Etsy started in a very different direction. A year and a half ago, for my birthday, actually in June, I got a Cricut and I was obsessed. I was making t-shirts, I was making signs, I was just having a ball. And I still have a ball with my Cricut. I got a newborn baby at home. He has tons of custom onesies that I have whipped out for him on my Cricut. I love my Cricut. So I kind of started with wanting an iPad so that I can make custom things and jump it over to my Cricut. So when I got my iPad Pro literally a year ago for Christmas, that was the first thing I jumped in and did. I started designing things for my Cricut. And I quickly saw that people were actually selling these SVG files, which are the files you need for a Cricut, and making money off of it. And it just kind of blew my mind, the idea that you could sell a digital product, put it up there once, and anyone will buy it for the rest of time and you can make money off of it. So that's kind of where I started, and I really didn't have much momentum because the number of people that are using a Cricut and the number of people that are using a Cricut and willing to buy SVG files, it's a very, very small number. In opening up my shop and starting down that journey, I of course am jumping on Etsy, I'm watching YouTube videos, and I discovered this phenomena of sticker shops. And to me, sticker shops was my first physical product that I could throw on Etsy that didn't frighten me. I was terrified of putting things like clothes on Etsy because I still can't fathom how I would have all the colors I'd need in the clothes, all the colors I need in the vinyl, all the colors and sizes I need of all the above, and then the packages to go with it. It just felt like a lot for me to be able to handle, to think about, and then I had this vision of me going out and buying shirts or something as orders came in, and I didn't know how to get around the issue. And when I discovered the idea of a sticker shop, it was like a light bulb went off, because all you needed was sticker paper, a printer, a Cricut, you're good to go. I spent 20 bucks on the paper and I was making stickers and selling them. And it was amazing. I loved it. In doing all of that, again, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, I'm discovering all these things, and all of a sudden I learn about this world of digital planning. So I discovered digital planning, and to me, it was a win-win-win. I was combining my love for technology with my love for planning and stickers and decorating and all those fun things that I've always done, and marrying them together. And so I jumped so hard into digital planning. And this had nothing to do with Etsy. It had nothing to do with YouTube. It was just, I loved digital planning. I loved everything there was to do about digital planning. And the more I loved digital planning, the less interested I became in making stickers. I wasn't using them in my planner anymore. I liked the idea of making a little extra money, but I had no passion behind it. So my Etsy shop kind of took a back seat. And then I discovered that I could actually be selling these digital things I was making. I could sell digital stickers, I could sell digital planners, I could put these things into my Etsy shop and walk away and make money off of it. I made a YouTube digital planner, I want to say back in March, and I literally just made 12 bucks on it an hour ago. That's kind of where I am right now. I'm focusing on the digital products that I can put in my shop. Full disclosure, all of that started hitting right around the time that my YouTube channel started actually blowing up and I started getting more and more subscribers and I was able to monetize monetize. So all of a sudden it was like YouTube, and Etsy was way in the back corner of my mind. So this year I'm gonna try to rev up both. I've made a schedule for myself, so fingers crossed we can make this work. And I'm gonna try to work on my Etsy shop alongside with you guys, sharing my strategies, sharing what I'm doing, walking through all the how-tos of how to upload digital images, how I make my little thumbnails that go onto all my images. All of those things I wanna share with you guys. And I also just wanna share with you guys how it's going for me. Am I successful? Am I not? What's working? What isn't? Let's jump in this together. In order for you to do this along with me, you need to open up your shop. So as long as you have that one product ready to go, even if it's not perfect, you can get it open today. So let's jump into my computer and let me show you how to open up your first shop. All right, so when you first get started, you're simply gonna come to Etsy.com, which is gonna bring you to their main site. And this is where if you wanted to shop and buy things, this is what you would see. But we want to go into it as a seller. So the first thing you need to do is create an account. So I'm going to click up here at sign in. Instead of signing in, I want to click on register. Now you have the option to either put in your email address and name, or what I did was I created a Google account just for my store and then hit continue with Google. Once you signed in with Google, you'll know you're in successfully because you'll see up here you, and if you have any icon attached to it, it'll be there as well. And at this point, you're basically a shopper. But what we want to do is we actually want to go in and make our shop. So I'm going to come up here to where it says you and has your little icon, and I'm going to go down to sell on Etsy. And this is going to bring you to where there's a lot of different information about what it's like to sell on Etsy, what's involved. I definitely think it's worth spending some time to dig into. I will also be doing some videos on a lot of the details found within here, especially regarding the fees, as well as figuring out how to price your items. If you scroll down to about halfway through the page, you're going to see a button that says open your shop. You'll also have that button up top, and this officially gets your process started. And from here, you're going to have a lot of different options to go through as you're choosing your shop, and you're just going to fill it out to meet your needs. A lot of these, when you get into some of the details on the back end, you're going to be able to update and personalize your shop as you go. So match these to what you're doing. The first thing you're going to want to do is come up with a name for your shop. Take some time to really think about what you want your name to be. It could just be your name. You can also get creative. You do have to think about what's going to be available. So a lot of times if you're just doing your name, it may not be available. So just like anytime creating an account, take some time to really find something that's going to work for you. And hit save and continue. And then your next step is going to actually be to stock your shop. It does tell you up at the top that 10 or more will be great. And you'll find online that the more items you have in your shop, the better, because it's more likely that you're going to be found and then things are going to be purchased. But don't let this stop you from getting started. When I initially created my shop, I had 3 listings that went up, and I think to this day I still don't have nearly as many as they recommend that you should have on there, and I've definitely made sales. So don't let this 10 or more keep you from getting started. So what you're going to do is you're going to click add listing, and this is going to be the page that you see whenever you're adding a listing. So here you're going to upload the information, the pricing, everything you want to know about that item, as well as pictures of the items. And this is something that I'll go into more detail later. It's going to have you set up both how you're going to get paid and how you're going to set up your billing. And the reason for that is Etsy does take a portion of the money whenever you're uploading things or selling things. So there needs to be some way that you're going to pay them as well as get paid. For me, I like to stick to PayPal. I think sometimes it's a little more secure. It's also easier to just remember one place, and I can have credit cards attached to PayPal. So my billing is attached to a credit card, and how I get paid is going to be set up through PayPal. So take a few minutes to do that. And now I'm going to jump back to my Etsy shop so I can show you some of the ways that you can personalize and change things to really make your shop stand out. So your shop's going to start out by having a lot of this not there, but you can see all the areas that I've been able to customize mine. So I've been able to put in a banner up top, which actually I think I want to redo in the future. You're going to be able to create a shop logo as well as your own icon for your own shop. So you'll have 2 different things to think about there. And then you're of course going to have all the products that you're selling down below. Once you're on the screen, if you click edit shop, you're going to see up here is your option, and you'll see a little pencil where you can upload an image to put in here. You're also gonna have a little camera icon here. Again, you can choose a file to upload there, as well as your own contact information. Now I will say, and I can walk through this in future videos, but I used Canva for a lot of these just because then you can create dimensions that really match the areas that you need. I do suggest that at least at the beginning, you take some time to both upload a banner, your profile picture, as well as your own picture, and then you should take some time just to add a brief description for what's included within your shop. So in here, it just gives you 55 characters to type in what is really going on with your shop. So these steps are really going to get you started. My recommendation is you start with the 1, 2, 3, 4 things. You have to have at least one item in your shop to open, and then you're going to be able to actually go in and view your shop. And then you just have to wait and start getting those sales. And we'll talk a little bit more about a lot of the nitty-gritty, how I create my thumbnails, how I price my products, how I advertise my products on other sites, even how you can create sales to get more people to come in. So we'll dive into a lot of that, and I will also make sure I'm sharing with you part of my journey in expanding my shop.